All right, so today I'm joined by Michael Fasusi, five-star offensive tackle. Actually, might be one of the best left tackles in this class. A lot of you guys are familiar with it, whether you're an OU fan. We know the Missouri fans are tuning in. Texas A&M, all of these schools, they're watching, they're locked in on Michael Fasusi. But how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I can't complain. It's like 80 some degrees here, so I can finally get yard work done, walk the dogs, and just do all those summertime activities. So,
No, I feel you.
but well, let's go ahead and just dive into it. So, it's been a while since we've had you on the podcast. So, go ahead and just tell everybody what this recruitment process has been like for you, especially over the past couple months, because it seems like you've been able to go visit a couple schools and kind of see what's out there in the college football landscape.
How's everybody doing? My name is Michael Fasusi. I'm a five-star, and this recruiting process for me, if anything, I think it's been a blessing. Just for me and my family, and we're going all around the country and all that. But at the end of the day, it's all business for me trying to find the right school for me, and so far it's been so good. What I can.
Yeah, I hear that. So, you've been to quite a few schools, and actually, you just came back from Missouri this week. And so, has there been any campus that has stuck out just in terms of how big it is, or maybe how beautiful it is? Because I mean, when you go to the SEC schools, you got some campuses that are phenomenally incredible.
You want to talk about beautiful? I ain't gonna lie. I'm probably gonna have to go Oregon on that one. It's not SEC, but can't deny that, man. That's pretty. You feel me? But yeah, a lot of schools stand. If anything, a lot of schools just stand out at relationships. That's what I decide on. And I think Missouri's doing a great job with that. OU too, Texas, and A&M, of course.
Yeah, so I mean, talk about some of these relationships, because I mean, in recruiting, that's got to be one of the biggest things anybody looks for, right? You've got to be able to click with that coach. It's going to be able to develop you. So, you know, I mean, what are some of the biggest differences between some of these offensive line coaches? I think, as a fan, we have a tendency to just think our offensive line coach is the best in the country. That's how every fan thinks. What has been some of the differences between some of these offensive line coaches, whether not only just how they build relationships, but how you see them developing you?
I mean, I got to start where you can see which one's being fake and which one's real. You can spot this is a real dude I'm trying to mess with. And still on those four schools, there's some other schools, but those coaches really stand out for me. Like Coach Jones at Missouri, that's my dude. Um, he wasn't the one who offered me to start with, but the relationship that we brought up has been a lot. And we talk almost every day. Coach B, known him for 2 years, he's recruiting me hard, like crazy. It's someone I can see as a father figure, someone I could play for sure. Um, we go to A&M, we got Coach Cushion. That's my dude. He knows what he's doing. Um, he's passionate about it. Same thing as Coach Flo. Um, extremely passionate about the sport. Great coach, and I think that's what those coaches have. That has been attracted to him.
Yeah. Now, looking at Coach B, right? I want to ask this question to a recruit. Coach Bill Bedenbaugh, he's put so many guys into the NFL. This year, he's going for his second straight offensive lineman in the first round, maybe even a top 15 offensive lineman. Next year, you might have another one. He could have three straight offensive linemen. In a recruit's perspective, how important is it to see a guy like that have that much success and know, hey, that could potentially be me next?
I was actually thinking about that today. Just looking at the numbers, the statistics that Coach B has. It's not something that's really just easy to pass on. You trying to be one of the best. Coach B is an amazing option for that. But yeah, man, I see him as an amazing coach. You know, he does everything that needs to be done. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going with him in the long run. He up there.
Hey, and you've seen what Orlando Brown recently got paid by the Bengals. He knows how to get people those bags in the NFL.
Yeah, sure. I feel it.
Well, looking at it, it's been an interesting couple of weeks on the recruiting side of things. We've seen a lot of insiders really talking about your recruitment because, I mean, it's that time of the year. It's starting to wind up. You get things really, progressing along the trail. People are saying Texas, right? And I've kind of thought about it and I said, I think we got a while. I think we got a while. You got to get these official visits in, which I think you have them locked in for A&M, Oklahoma, and Texas so far. And I'm sure you're going to take a couple others. But how does where does Texas stand out in terms of just a school? Kyle Flood, you know, where does Texas stand in this recruitment?
Man, Texas is up there for sure. You feel me? They're up there, most definitely. But no, man, I think it's probably because I talk about them a lot. You feel me? Everybody gets caught up in that, and also though, like the first official visit I posted, um,
Mhm.
that's why I probably think those insiders, really like got deep in that. But no, I think Texas is big in my recruiting board right now. They stand out, of course, academically, football wise, doing a lot of great stuff, doing a lot of great things. And like I said earlier, something with Coach B, something with Texas, you can't pass on that. And Coach Slaughter and Coach Sark make a good job of that. Building the relationship with me and my parents, everything's smooth with them.
Yeah. Now, what has been one of the big changes that you've seen in Texas? So, like, obviously, I've grown up, and I think I really got into football probably in 2007. I think that's when I really, when I in my age, got into watching college football, and I just remember in the 2010s, man, Texas, they weren't doing it. And now all of a sudden, Kyle Flood, Steve Sarkisian come in, they turned it around. So, I mean, has there been any instrumental changes for Texas that, I'm just not even talking about you, just any offensive lineman would look at Texas and go, yeah, like that's a school I know that can develop me and get me into the league. Like, is there anything in their scheme that they do that just says, I know I can be successful there?
I gotta say, what I'm looking for them, like what I really like deeply look at Texas, I think is the culture. Coach Floyd coming in, I think he did a good. He really controlled that aspect of the team, the culture, and obviously he's made them stand out. He's doing the right thing. So I thought that's the biggest change for me that I saw over there, and obviously it's bringing them great things.
And that's really interesting you hear that because Texas, the biggest thing around, the past couple of years was culture. That's the thing everybody talked about. So it's interesting that you go ahead and you bring that up. So, well, kind of looking into the recruitment, right? We talked about one of the bigger things, when it comes to your recruitment is the relationships. But is there anything else that you're kind of really looking for in your recruitment? Is it like facilities or strength and conditioning? How do you rank those things when you're on these recruiting visits?
Our relationships are gonna come first, then academics come second. I gotta look at what I'm working with, and that's really one thing I liked about going to Missouri this week. Their academic standing was amazing. I love what I saw over there, and it's a lot of options, great options that they're willing to give out. Um, After academics, I probably just have to go with just who the coach is as a general. You feel me? Because for me, I want to have a player's coach. I want to have someone that I can say as a father figure that I know that me and my teammates will, have joy being, coached by. You know, I want to coach that he gonna get on my butt, but at the same time, like he mean what he's talking about. Like he trying to make it better in the long run. Um, that's really what I look for.
Now, obviously, in this era of college football, we call it the NIL era. That's what everybody calls it. And I think fans have this delusion that NIL just runs the game at this point. But being a five-star offensive tackle, we all know NIL is going to be a factor. It's going to be there, right? How do you navigate that as a recruit? How do you navigate NIL? How do you prioritize it? How do you have those conversations?
At the end of the day, it's all about just like not letting it get in your head. And I think that's what I try to do. Um, as much of the time, I don't really like to talk about it as much. I don't really see it as like a big deal because college money has changed, man. The NFL money, that's where the real money at. You feel me? So like, I try not to just put it out there and all that. I mean, I might ask some questions, but like it's not really something that I look at as much. And
And I love how you point that out because so many fans miss that about NIL. They miss the point of it, college money is college money. It's not the lifetime money. You know, you go to the NFL and you have a chance to set yourself up for life. That's the ultimate goal. So I like how you pointed that one out. So you've been to a couple Under Armour camps. You obviously play in the state of Texas. So you play some of the best talent in the country, whether it's in 25 or 26 and 27 classes. One, who is some of the best competition that you've gone up against? But two, is there any of this competition, anybody that's trying to recruit you, and who is it?
biggest competition I've went against. So it's kind of hard to think about that. I don't think I found that yet.
You don't think you found that yet?
I don't think I have.
All right. Well, is there any players, whether they're in the class of 25 or currently at any universities that are recruiting you?
For sure. My boy Jaden Hardy, he up there in Oklahoma. My boy Daniel Akinwumi, Kevin Sperry, the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They all recruited me. That's what OU come to Mizzou. It's actually like the players up in there that are kind of recruiting, like Caden Green, Armand. Um, yeah, a lot of the players over there want me. I think it's really those schools. Same thing with Texas, my boy Neto up there. He's recruiting me too. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, we know about Nito. Yeah, that was a big one, I think, to land Xena, because he's got a brother, Xena, right? Yeah. So that was a big one. So, all right. Well, before I let you go, appreciate you coming on because I know you're busy. You know, you got school, you got the camps, you got the visits coming up. Is there anything you want to tell the fans? Because I know I'm primarily an OU channel, but there's going to be people from all over the fan bases that try to tune in. Is there anything you want to say to the world just about your recruitment or anything like that?
All right. There's a much that has to be said, but all I got is just, stay tuned. You feel me? It's going to be a lot you're going to see. It. It ain't too much.
All right. Well, hey, appreciate you guys coming on. Guys, it's 5-star offensive tackle Michael Fasusi. Make sure you guys tune in. Go follow him on the socials. I will include those down in the description. And if you haven't already, hit that like and hit that subscribe button.